Hello. Welcome back. We're here. We've got tea and snacks and goodies. And we're ready to find out what happens in this haunted house.
Awesome. Okay, so we cut back to in that moment after that revelation, we cut back to Siv and Celine. So you saw Ember there a moment ago with this red-headed, very pretty person just a moment ago, and so you could feel that someone cutting that connection that you have with Ember. You absolutely cannot feel her in any way. You also see that Brandon is still like recovering from what happened, but his friend is helping him leave the room. The party is like reaching this like fever pitch, like where Ember was. A group has like now formed and they've started a drinking contest. It's like, teenagers are wont to do. Crushing cups against their forehead and such, as is the way. But yeah, what do you do?
I think I look like very kind of lost for a moment to Celine, because this is the first time I haven't been near Ember in 6 months, probably. And that combined with just clearly hurting this boy who I didn't want to hurt at all, but I do. I kind of look over to Celine like, okay, my plan failed. What do you think we should do?
What was your plan exactly?
Well, I tried to figure out the deal in this boy's head and didn't work well.
Oh, okay.
And now Ember's gone and I can't hear her.
Oh, you can't hear her.
I don't like that.
I don't. Do you know where she went?
I don't think so.
I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted by the chaos. And I think with that, there was like is there a drinking game happening? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
And in fact, you see Freddie in the middle of it going, yeah, let's go. And then whistling.
Yep.
Oh God, what's holding on all this? Okay. I think she's gonna look at Civic and be like, they think you're the teacher.
Yeah, I think the teacher is my maker.
In that case, in this instance, you may have a little sway here by using that.
Yeah, but what do I do with it?
I'll let you know. And she's gonna like do the 2-finger like whistle, like to get their attention.
I think playing with the boys is what's playing right now.
Oh, nice.
It's really playing right now.
Perfect. And so as you do that, everybody stops. Like a few people drop their drinks. You see that same kid who's been trying to like, impress people with the ice, and instead creating sculptures. Like one of those bigger sculptures drops into the ground and cracks the floor. As they all turn to look at you, like confused.
Okay, hello. We're new here. Well, I'm new here. Your professor has been showing me around. Can you please tell us exactly what's happening tonight?
And they all look confusingly at each other. It's the last night before the big day, right? That's why we're celebrating.
What's the big day?
And they all look towards the professor. The choosing, right?
Yes.
And just because the professor hasn't let me know, and I think like Celine's gonna give like a civil look.
Yes,
like,
please do.
Can you enlighten me what this choosing process is?
So it sounds like you're trying to grasp keys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me pull up those notes.
Sure, no worries. So let me read it out loud too. So when you Search for a clue, investigate the signs of apocalypse, or use your powers of darkness to gather information. Describe how you are doing so, and spend darkness tokens and roll.
All right. I'm gonna spend 2 darkness tokens to do this.
And you're just trying to get them to open up and let slip, basically.
Yeah. Tell me something. Oh, that's a 10. Oh no, that's a 10.
Oh no, 10 is okay. 10 is okay.
Okay,
You're within.
okay.
You're within
forgot.
the band.
I
You're
forgot. I
within
was,
the
like,
band.
I was like, oh yay. Oh no.
No, it's 8 to 10, not 7 to 9.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just off by 1 point. Yeah, exactly. So you uncovering key perfectly. So as you do that, so you see all of them look at each other, and they're kind of like, "Oh, okay, this must be part of the test, right? Like to see if we
Yes,
understand."
of course.
How well can you explain the test to someone else?
And so the kid who's been trying to make ice sculptures, and so he's black chiseled features, and he has one of those cool groovy like 80s like those high like I don't know how to describe it, right? That awesome hair.
A flat top.
And so yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. And so and he's got like cool makeup on. And so as he looks at you, Celine, he says, "Oh, well, we're supposed to show what we've learned over the years and prove that we're worthy to be chosen by the 3-headed wolf." And like as he says that, you see Freddy go, "Gugh." And another one says, "Yes, and when the 3-headed wolf comes and bathes the floor and corridors with its blood, a new birth will occur, and we will be worthy, as we have been working towards this entire time."
What does Freddy look like whenever they say bathe the floors with their blood?
And do you remember that panic look that you gave Freddy earlier about the door? He gives it to you right now, going like, "This is bad. We have to leave right now," he says.
Oh god.
And like Civ, like it's pretty obvious, but you're feeling panic just radiating
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
off of Fred. But everybody else is very calm while they mention things like blood and being chosen. And, like there's no nervousness, right? It's there's this sense of conditioning going on. But yeah, so let me write down the creepy key that we just
Blake in chat says, "Is this Freddy's Nightmare on Elm Street?"
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
poor Freddy. The choosing ritual. The 3-headed wolf will choose one of the children for what we're not sure exactly.
Nothing good.
Yeah, that's it to say.
I think that's fair. I think that's safe.
And so as that happens, one of the other kids says, "But, it's going to be a while because, Brandon's not yet, and then everybody looks like as if it's really rude to bring up Brandon in this moment and then say, anyway, yeah, we're still preparing, Professor. Don't worry, we got this. We'll take care of." Where did Brandon go? And then like you see some of the kids starting to panic, and then someone say, "Didn't you see like Brandon lost his shit? He lost his nerve." And then one of the other girls who was hanging out with Rose earlier says, "I'll go take care of him." And she gets up to leave the room.
I look at Freddy and point blank ask him, "Is your name Brandon?"
I no, and he looks so confused. Like, is that a trick question? Right, and you know Freddy. Like I think we established last time that you've hung out with Freddy and stuff like that over the years through dreams, and he looks at me. He says, "This is Civ. This is all. It's all going up belly up really really quickly. I think we should just get Ember and go. I think this is not a good idea. I have fishing tomorrow. This
Where
is
did
not
Ember go?
no choosing.
I don't know where Ember went is the problem.
Do we?
And Freddie says, we lost track of the fire starter. Are you serious?
I mean, if anything, she'll burn the place down, and we'll be able to escape.
What? Maybe I should have mentioned this, but I don't really do well around fire. You know, it's there's a fire incident back in the 70s, and and then he gets that same like 1,000-yard stare again.
Burnt
Yes, he
fur
remembers.
has got to be the smelliest thing, the worst thing ever. Nobody wants burnt fur.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there any like back rooms or anything like that? Like we saw the one girl go off, right?
Yeah. Your impression when you were going down the corridor, there are like lots of different rooms and different areas. This is like a pretty big mansion. If you had to guess, it probably has at least 20 rooms.
I think I'm gonna be like, maybe we should split up to like find her.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Celine's gonna.
And Freddie's
go-
like, no. Like just shaking his head.
Celine's gonna go off.
He's
in
doing
that-
the whistle thing again, like.
Celine's gonna go off and like go after that one girl that went after Brandon.
But yeah, sorry. What does Celine do?
She's gonna go after in that one direction where they went off to go check on Brandon.
Sure. Sounds good. So you're gonna check on Brandon and Civ. What's the plan?
Yeah, so I want to do two things at once, and I can't because I have realized that if I'm the professor, the professor is my maker, and he's here, presumably, and I could meet him and maybe hurt him, maybe reconcile. Who knows? Probably not reconcile. He did fuck up that island last season. But also I am wanting to know where Ember is. And I have a move for that.
Nice.
So I think, I think Civ is gonna like walk down some hallways, and I want the shot of her like passing the door to the office of where her maker, maybe his office. I don't know if he's there or not, but like I specifically walk past it. And I'm going to take a nap because I have to dream for this part. But I really want to see Celine do some Celine things.
Falling asleep in the middle of like a big frat party
Yep.
thing
Mhm.
is like that is a trope that needed to happen.
Yep.
Right? So,
Correct.
It's true. And I think like as we see Civ like fading away, falling asleep, I think the song that we hear is "I Want to Dance with Somebody" by Whitney Houston. As things start to like.
Yes.
I was literally just thinking that, and my
Seriously?
feeling was like I was going to see if like my mom like see what was going on in the room and see if we needed to have like a dance off. Like that's literally what was going through my mind is like, do we need to have like, is that how we're going to figure out who's in charge here? Is the dance off? Badminton birdies just falling from Ember's hands. Like don't like there's like 3 badminton birdies on the ground or at this point.
Perfect.
I'll
Sure.
shut up. I'm just excited about that.
Don't worry. We'll keep the dance contest right there in our pocket. So Celine, we cut to you. You're looking for Brandon, and so as you search through the doors and search through the halls, and you notice like some of these doors like are not what you expect. Some of them are like metal and steel. Some of them have like one of those things where you have to pull aside to like be able to look in, and there's a part below where you're supposed to be able to push a tray of food. Like that seems to be the situation for some of these doors. And as you go deeper and deeper into the house, you feel like you know exactly where you need to go. You don't have to think about it. It's almost like the house is leading you and following your intention and following your desire. And as you reach this one door at the end of like you go through some stairs to get to this one. This door looks nothing like the others. It looks almost like a laboratory door, right? And there's even a sign across the front that says restoration process ongoing. Proceed with caution. And you can hear the sound like deet, deet, deet of many machines coming from the other side. And when you open the door, the whole hallway fills with like this fog that's just like, it is cold. And as you step through, you hear a voice saying, Brandon, you just have to, don't fight it. It's going to be okay. I promise when you wake up, you'll be yourself again. And you hear Brandon say, no, what if it's the other one? What if it's him who wakes up? I don't know. I don't want to sleep. Please don't make me go to sleep. And you can see when you come in, there's something like those iron lung kind of things where they would keep people in these huge like things. And so Brandon is like in one, you can only see the top of his head. And you can see his friend is standing over him. And he looks really nervous and he says, I don't know what to tell you, man, but we can't let you stay awake much longer. The choosing is tomorrow and you have your role to play, man. What do you do?
I think Celine watches this for a minute and, just stays and just looks into this. And then she steps up and, is quiet, just not bringing much attention to herself. And I think she's going to let them notice her first before she speaks and spooks them.
And then they turn to look at you, and you see one of them. We're about to. Oh, I guess you're new here. I'm Mickey. I'm Mickey, by the way. And the bigger guy like puts out a hand to like offer to shake it. You must be new here. Weird to come in right before a shoot. But welcome. It's great here. It's good.
I'm Celine. Hello, and she shakes his hand. Their hand.
His, yeah.
His. Okay. And she's like, I'm not really a student here. I'm more of a advisor. That's why I was with the professor earlier.
Oh, you're so young and pretty. I mean, yeah, supervisor, right? Uh-huh.
Advisor, not a supervisor. I'm here to counsel.
Got it.
Yeah.
I know words. I know words around pretty people. Yeah, no problem.
I think there's a little bit of blush on her cheeks, but she's going to try to ignore it. She's like, what's going on here? What's with this contraption?
And you also see like Brandon glaring at Mickey like, what are you doing, man? And then and Brandon looks at you like a little embarrassed, like, I'm kind of naked. Could you not look maybe? And you can see like you realize there's like a window in order to see through, and like so you can see Brandon's body from the outside, and you can see like from where you are there's like the telltale stitching right all across the body, like he's been wounded lots of times, right? And you can see like parts of the skin don't look like they're an off color compared to the rest, like you're getting kind of Frankenstein-y kind of vibes.
And then with respect, she's going to turn her back to them just for privacy's sake and just be like, as an advisor, I've seen through a lot of things. So whatever is happening here, you can definitely talk to me about it.
Sure. And Brandon looks and Mickey's like, yeah, you can trust her. She's super pretty. You can always trust pretty people, right? And Brandon is like, no, that's not how what's wrong with you? And Brandon goes, I mean, I need to, of course, according to the professors, what he said for me, I have to restore myself every few days, or else the other one wakes up, and I've had to take care of him, but he's important for the choosing. So yeah, am I, what? And you can tell like Brandon's having a hard time. Like as he's talking to, his speech is starting to slur a little bit, and you can see Mickey's looking a little panicked. Like this is. I think I'm sorry, but I think we need to let him sleep. It's. I can explain the rest if you like.
Yes, please. Yeah, well, we can go. And
Okay, let me just
she'll
make
like
sure.
look over her shoulder and not like look at him and just give like a nod and like to Brandon and walk out.
And so as that happens, Mickey, like there's this huge lever on the side, and then Mickey like pulls it down, and you can see he's like pushing all these buttons. There's this huge, like oversized, like computer machine, like the way they used to make them back in like when did they first start making those room-sized computers? But around that time, right? Like this equipment looks older than the 80s. And as he activates it and starts it up, he says, I'll be right with you. The screaming is normal, by the way. And as he says that, you see Brandon like just put in this like guard in his mouth, and he says, yeah, it'll be fine. And then the whole contraption starts to fill in with like lightning sparks, and you see Brandon like gripping down on it, trying to get through the pain. And but it's like they're used to doing it. There's nothing off about it to them. That's the most heartbreaking thing.
What the hell? What incarnation? So I think before Celine leaves, like she'll sit there and like stand there and watch, like her hand on the door, just taking it in, and then we'll step outside and like wait for Mickey to come back out.
And so as you do that, I'm going to tick the doomsday clock. And
Oh,
for
no.
a moment, and as Brandon like goes to sleep, and he's like, you can tell he's like trying to stifle the screaming. You can see like within the contraption, like through the window, you can see the lightning starting to rise, like the skeletal form reaches up through it. And you see for a moment like this large 3-headed wolf just start howling towards the ceiling, dripping like it in ectoplasm and looking straight at you. And you hear this growl in your mind that says, Queen of Monsters, this is my domain and not yours.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's coming back.
Talking to you, Celine.
No,
Talking to
yeah.
you.
So I'm going to say like a 3-headed wolf spirit reveals itself from inside Brandon. But yeah, okay. And then so, oh, that's a good point, Blake. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, I kind of like that. Could we implement that a bit? Celine, is there a moment where like you instinctively, like we see the Queen of Monsters within you like react without you being able to control it?
What do I say she does again? Her eyes glow white, is that right?
Yeah. And super hair, cool, like moving
and,
thing.
Yeah, I think her hair like sort of like floats up and like her eyes glow white and like just it for while this happens, maybe it's just a little bit of static electricity that's like shooting off and like reaching her and like making this happen, but like we all know.
We know what's going on.
We know who she is.
Absolutely. And then we just hear in the back Mickey saying, wow, so pretty. And then we're gonna cut to Civ.
Yeah.
Or did you want to cut to Ember first, or Civ? What are you feeling? Like, do you want to? Because I kind of want you to discover Ember before we see her again, but
yeah, we can do that. That's fine as long as Sean's okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Just checking in. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so I found a couch and took a nap somewhere. And I am gonna use the move Walk with Me in Dreams.
Absolutely.
By the
Very
way,
cool.
I took like 3 darkness tokens for feeling frustrated or scared when I couldn't find my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
Because
legit.
I was both of those things, frustrated and scared. So I'm gonna use 2 tokens.
Cool.
1.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna roll these dice. I got a 10.
Nice. Just on the dot. Perfect. And so I forgot to clarify, but I assume you're moving through the dreams of the house or people, or is there something in
The
particular?
house. Yeah, the house for sure. Because my goal is to locate Ember.
Exactly. And so let me describe first what you see and what it feels like, and then you can choose
Cool.
the options that you like. So as you fall asleep, I think there's this moment where, like, even before your head fully hits the pillow, like we just see the camera tilt, and then you're standing up again, right?
Angles.
Yeah. And it's like the dream of the house is everything is covered in strange colors. Like there's this prismatic film over everything, and you can see the house just like flashing back and forth between different time periods. Like it's in the 80s and it's in the 60s, and then it's the Victorian era, and it keeps just moving back and forth, flickering through those moments. Obviously, I watch WandaVision, right? I really love that show. Anyway, so as it flicks through those different time periods, you feel the house just sighing and breathing. Ooh, okay. I'm listening to Blake. Yes, Cyndi Lauper's True Colors. Let's go with that.
Yes.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Blake. And so as that comes up, you look back, and it's that kind of thing where like the tape. What did we call them? Cassette players, right? Okay. I had to think about it for a second. So the cassette player is playing that song, and then it starts to go backwards, like that back masking kind of sound that comes through. And you feel the walls of the house just like pull in and pull out. And like all of the corridors start to rebuild themselves. And the house whispers, "If you find her now, you're not going to like what you see."
Yeah, no big deal. It's so good. Okay.
So what options would you like to choose?
I mean, the cheater's option is you bring back something from the dream. But I don't actually want to bring back Ember because I want to go to Ember. So I want to learn something significant.
Yeah.
Presumably where she is or how I can get there.
Yeah. And then if you want to like save the other choice for later, we can do that, right? You can hold on to that first.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And so as you think about Ember, as you focus on it, you feel the voice of the house just sigh and say, "This is what you did last time, and it didn't go so well, Master."
What? What?
And the side of the wall starts to open up, like that same mysterious door that just appeared out of nowhere, just like earlier. Except that's what it looked like to you last time, but now that you're in the dream of the house, you can actually see that there are these creatures that pull themselves out of the wall. Like you can barely make them out. They're just covered in that prismatic sheen. They look kind of human-esque. Maybe there are too many arms, too many legs. You can't quite make it out. And they pull the door open for you, bringing it into existence. And the hall just opens up, but it feels like a yawning mouth. And you can hear a drip, drip, drip on the other side as you walk through. And you can hear that same chanting that Ember came across earlier. And as you walk through that same corridor with the paintings, except for you can see like they're not paintings. They're incredibly tall people. Once again, the shadows stopping right before the eyes. and they reach down and they offer you flowers, and they say, "Master, it's so good of you to come home. It's been a while, Master. We love you, Master. Thank you, Master."
You get drunk off that power.
I don't like it. I don't.
You don't like it? Is
I
this
don't
so
like
good?
it.
You don't like it? You don't want paintings kissing your feet?
No,
You
I
like
don't.
that? Flowers from a
Um,
painting?
no. Yeah, I think I'm just I think I wish I had a stone face so that I wasn't like making a weird face and blushing right now, because I'm sure that's what I'm doing. Um yeah, it's just I don't know how to parse what's happening, because the house thinks that I am the person who made me, probably. Um or maybe it's even weirder and I made myself. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Um Yeah, so I think, like, I'll hold my hand out or whatever to for them to give me flowers, but I'm not making eye contact. That's weird. This is very weird. Um, yeah.
And as the
Um,
flowers like hit your hand, they start to turn into stone. And on the other
mm,
end, you can feel Ember. You can feel that connection starting to reform. But behind you, you hear a soft voice that sounds so much like your own. And she says, "Hello, dear. I'm so glad that you could make it. Mother has missed you so, so much."
Oh,
mhm, mhm,
Mima.
mhm, mhm. I might have missed you if I knew that you existed before today. Yep.
And then as you say that, you do you turn around to look, or are you going
Oh
to keep
yeah,
walking
no, I
forward?
look. I look. I
And
can't
you
not.
see she looks like you in your statuesque form, the same
Mhm.
stone
Yeah.
skin, the same sculpted hair, the same face, but the wings are huge and
Yeah.
just like reach outwards. And there are all these swords placed within the wings. Like you can feel the power just radiating off of her. And slowly the stone turns into a smile. And she says, "But you asked me to forget, and so I let you forget, my dear. Do you want to remember instead?"
These are all bad options. I don't want to do any of that. I want to go find my girlfriend and then tell her that I will marry her. Get the fuck out of this house. Um, I think at this point, I'm kind of like, I kind of take a step back and I shake my head a little bit. And I'm like, no, no, I don't want to remember right now. No.
Do you feel like you're torn between in this
No,
moment?
God, yes, so much so.
Nice.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look at the move. When you're torn between your monstrous nature and your human heart, uh, so you make a choice. Do you let your monstrous nature show, diminish your power, or spend a bond with someone?
I think I let my monstrous nature show. I'm just not sure how I do that thing.
Yeah, do you feel like, because right now you have the small wings, only a part of you is
Mm,
stone,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think the wings open up and the wings themselves turn to stone. And yeah, like one whole arm and hand turns stone. Um and then maybe like one eye, because that's creepy. Um
Jimmy, when you described this corridor earlier, when Ember was going through, it was super narrow. Is it broader now, or is it still like this narrow?
Ooh, yeah, it's much broader,
Okay,
right? Like
because
it's
I'm
like
just
as if the. Mhm.
I'm just imagining if this sounds cool to you, Jen, that like your wings when they shoot out, the stone like puts little gouges in the walls
yeah.
as you tear up the.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love that idea, and it tears through the paintings and through the people, right?
Yeah. And I think if there were any humans around me, they might be in trouble, because they probably get like sort of telepathic feedback as this process happens. Um,
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you
trying
putting
to
up like telepathic barriers? Like, nope, you can't put memories in my head. Like,
probably, yeah, for real. Or unlock memories that are there. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the other thing I want to choose is.
Ooh, from the
Um,
dream. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think I want to bring something back from the dream, and what I want to bring back is um this all seems to be a thing that sort of happened before, right? And so I kind of want a memory of how it ended last time, or how it turned out, or something.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so as you search through like your mind, reaching out to the house to give you that, you see behind you, there's another door that opens up, and you can hear your maker's voice saying, "And so the choosing will begin. Are you ready, my dear children?" And so you know where Ember is. You know where your maker is. You know where mother is.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to step towards?
I'm gonna go
But I'll
to
say,
Ember.
but I'll say, no matter what, you're going to get a grasp of that thing, right? Because that's a thing you chose for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So, as you walk towards Ember, that other door, someone bursts out of it, and you can see that it's Mikey, the boy who was afraid of you earlier, who was helping Brandon,
Mm,
and he can't see you. Like, he just runs right
yeah.
past you. But as he's running past you, he drops this necklace that looks like a reflection of the necklace you have that Ember's mother
Mm.
gave you, except the silhouette is of someone on fire. And so as you, I assume you're going to pick up the necklace? Just checking.
Yeah, I pick up the necklace. Why the hell
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, yeah. And as you pick up the necklace, you see very sharply in your mind the image of Brandon as a three-headed wolf, like hulking and huge, way bigger than you've ever seen Freddy in your dreams, or like really like
Mhm.
head is touching the ceiling, 9 feet tall kind of situation. And you see him like reaching out towards Rose and saying, "You have been chosen." And she's slowly being enveloped by fire. So I'm
Okay.
going to, I feel like that clarifies the keys. I'm going to go change one of the keys to reflect that
Yeah, red.
Rose was chosen by the wolf last time. But yeah, and as you walk towards Ember, and you can hear Mikey like running behind you, and he crashes into Mother, and she says, "Oh dear, 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 it'll be okay. You'll save him next time. Next time he won't be in so many pieces. Don't worry. I'll fix this, my love." And you can hear Mikey crying as he's holding on to her. And you step towards Ember. The dream starts to end behind you. You're still in the dream, right? You can stay as long as you like, but the dream is starting to close up behind you a little bit. You see Ember. You see these tall, distorted figures, the skulls. You see this room that's just packed with all of these strange things. You see the younger version of Ember's mother turning around, and she hunches over, and these wings start to grow on her back that look so much like your wings when they're not touched by stone. And she's heaving and she's gasping. What do you do?
I mean, I think I wake up and I head towards where Ember is.
I'll say, like, in exchange for rolling well without complication, if you want to wake up in the dream and wake up physically there, you could do that, no problem.
Oh yeah, Brad. I would love to do that.
So you suddenly show up next to Ember.
Mm-hmm. No big deal. Just
Nice.
there. Mm-hmm. While you're getting all starry-eyed with some other person.
It's happening. It's real. So, Jimmy, can I get can I want there to be if it's okay with you, Jen, at least a little bit of time between when Ember arrived and
Yes,
when
that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the vibe of this room? Like, it looks like they're about to do some big old ritual, or they're in the process of doing some big old ritual, and younger version of mom is at the center of that. And they need someone to be chosen. Is it like chosen as a sacrifice, or is it like chosen to, like what's the feeling of all these animal headed creatures?
Oh,
Right.
you do get this, like you hear whispers from people saying, "We summoned the wrong one, but this one will have to do." And so you could tell like this was a summoning rather than a choosing, and
Okay.
she was forced to be here. And like as they say that, this glass starts to form up around her, like almost like a flask.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't. No one gets to put mom in a cage except for me. If like, so yeah, I think Ember looks to Rose like, and unless Rose, it's Rose like, yeah, this is cool. Like this is the intent. Like this is like, does Rose seem like this is all groovy?
Rose looks at you, and then you can see like her skin starting to peel back and the bones starting to come through. I won't go into too much more detail. Anyway, she starts to have like the animal skull situation going on and these antlers growing through.
Nice. I like it. And I'm like, like there's like a little like bit of like black mascara that kind of like smears as like a tear kind of like comes out, as Ember is like hurt by feeling tricked, feeling, like my new girlfriend, not girlfriend, but this new interest has lured me here, and now she's turning into Antlerhead. And
But she's trying to hold your hand.
but she's trying to hold my hand, and I look at it, and I like, it's like Ember was in a fugue, like she was confused, and she kind of throws the hand away, and I want to run up to the glass as it's forming and like grab onto it with my colossal strength and like hold it back from like keep pulling it back, just not at least enough that I could talk to my mother and say, what are you doing here? What are you doing now?
And so,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Is this part of your plans to torment me? Like she thinks like this is like mom checking up on her, and like she feels like mom's crashing the party.
And so as you do that, she looks at you. She looks confused, and you're calling her mom, right? Like
I don't think so. I think
okay.
I'm just saying, what are you doing here? Why are you trying to? Are you trying to ruin everything?
And she looks at you.
Things?
Yeah, she looks confused, like she doesn't recognize you. She just looks at you, and she says, "Are you? I don't." And like, since this is the younger version of your mom, she talks a lot like you right now. She's like, it's like, these foul creatures. Oh my gosh, I have to talk like Ember. Anyway.
That's great. Bring it.
Yeah. And she says, these foul creatures would try to bind me with their weak magics. You must be, but you are like me. Either you help me and stand with me, or you are part of them, and I will destroy you, she says. But she's so weakened, you can see like it's all just bluster. Like she's barely, whatever pulled her through, she's barely in one piece.
Yeah, I tell her I come home in the morning light, and mother says, when are you going to live your life right? I say, oh, mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones. All girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have fun. And I just rip this glass cage apart. And I totally want to just
disrupt the summoning ritual.
Disrupt the summoning, and like, and Jen, tell me when you tell me if you want Civ to come in before Ember goes like full bonkers on all these folks. Like, you want to arrive when the carnage is happening, or do you want to? Yeah.
You tell me when you want Civ to show up. because I don't want to mistime this
Yeah.
this bonding moment you're having with your proto mom.
Proto mom. Yeah, I mean, there's a juicy moment of like, what I would like, if it's okay, is in the dream, Civ sees Rose and Ember holding hands, and like Ember's trying to like woo her over.
Yep.
And then by the time you wake up, this carnage, like that's the thing you're waking your response to, but then we see the carnage that is gonna ensue after this. Is that a cool transition?
That's great.
Like,
I love it. Yep. That's not confusing at all.
No, right? It's like, what was happening? Oh wait, now
I'm prepared to be mad, and now there's carnage.
Yeah, I think this sounds like powering through darkness to make sure that you can stop this ritual and push back against whatever is going on here.
Yeah, let's see. I thought I was going to unleash the dark
sure, if you want to do that.
I will, but let's see. When you push the limits of special power, train to do the extraordinary or avert imminent danger. Yeah, I mean, I don't so much want to hurt them or protect myself. The choices on unleash the dark aren't. Yeah, let's power through darkness. I think that sounds great.
Cool. Yeah, unleash the dark works a little better if you have like a target in mind or a specific person.
Yeah. And I had one darkness token, but I feel like I'm overreacting with violence right now.
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, it feels to me like they're all being like, oh, we're all having fun, and yeah, just be one of the cool kids. And I think I am decidedly not one of the cool kids when I like as the glass is forming, suddenly twin golf clubs like form in my hands to like stop it back, and then as soon as I want to trash the glass, and I spin it out with a big old baseball bat, and I just am like knocking over tables and disrupting this whole thing. Yeah. For whatever reason, in this 80s world, only things that would be like 80s sports stuff are being summoned.
I love it. I love it so much. So good. And it's like, girls just want to have fun.
I really want is like a Congo line of like mom like behind me trashing things, and anyone else who decides. Sorry, Jen, did I make it ridiculous?
It's a little ridiculous, but I kind of love that that Civ just shows up to this. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to get 4 darkness tokens and then spend 3. And yeah, let's roll. Oop-a-doop. I got a 6.
Do you want to burn bonds, or are you okay with me saying what happens next?
I think I might want to burn bonds. Let me see what happens. Offer you something connected to what the darkness demands of you, whether or not you take or prepare for the worst. I want to spend bonds, and interestingly, I think I have a bond with my mom, which is, yes, I have a bond with what the darkness demands of me, which has been exemplified as my mom in the past. If that is reasonable, that is okay.
Yeah.
But I need one more. So, and I think whenever you spend a bond, you have the person you're spending it describes how they aid you, how they help in this moment.
Yeah, it could be a flashback, or it could be something going on right now.
No, I'm going to spend a bond with Civ as well. And you could be giving me inspiration or joining in the wrecking crew or whatever you think is fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're cool with it, what I'm interested in is like, I just randomly sort of show up like I do sometimes, right? This is not new. But I think you can tell, like, I have come here for you specifically, and I maybe have some jealousy in my face.
Sure.
And yep,
Can maybe like two of them be holding me down, like pinning me down, and like when you arrive,
yes.
like kind of like
Yeah, and so yeah, I roll up and I like immediately my eyes lock onto yours. And I mess some shit up. I fuck some shit up.
nice. Do you want to fuck Rose's shit up? Do you want to like break an antler? Do you want to?
I mean, I think so. When I roll up, I'm immediately going to go after somebody if they're like holding you down, right?
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't know if you want me to break one of Rose's antlers, and I don't want to do that if you don't want me to do that.
I think you should totally do. I mean, I think that's. I don't want to like endorse jealousy and whatnot, but I like
you do.
like, okay, I do. But also, like, Rose is bad. Like, she was tricking.
Yeah.
She was tricking Ember here. This was not. She lured her in here. So yeah, I mean, I think she was one of the people that's like trying to pin Ember down so that they can complete the summoning with with her instead, and try to drag her into the glass cage.
Not having any of that.
You might have to,
Nope, not having that. So I think did we establish when I do power absorption, do I take your power or do I copy it?
I don't think we've said. Well, no, wait. You did it in the first
in the conference room. Yeah, with Fletcher.
And I think it just copied it, but I don't remember. And I'm cool if it changes. I'm cool with you adjusting it as you.
I think it was copy. Yeah, which is what I would want to do. Like, I wouldn't want to take away strength from you, but I do absolutely want some strength right now, so I can break off Rose's antler or antlers, plural.
Well, I feel like it's a Hellboy moment, but Hellboy like those horns crack, except it's you doing the cracking, and like I'm gonna say, like, as you do that, you see this fiery crown that was starting to form just on top of Ember's head as she was on top of Rose's head as she was holding down Ember. And so so you burn your bonds with the help of Civ, and I'm sorry, not burn. Spend your bonds with the help of Civ and your memory of your mom. So we hit a 8 to 10. You use your powers with great precision effect, changing the situation before you. So tell me exactly what you do, and I'll offer you something too on top of that.
Nice. I think that it's a fracas, it's a ruckus, but I think that we send several of the practitioners running, that they realize that they don't have that this is not going to work. I think we break the I think we shatter the bonds that held Ember's mom, and I think we have hold of the tome or the whatever they were reading from, whether this be an important part of it or not, like whatever summoning they were doing, we have hold of this like musty book with the summoning spells in it. And I think Rose is there, nursing a black eye and a broken horn, when the dust settles. Does that sound right? Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm going to offer you an opportunity. As you break through the summoning, you see that it starts to let go of your mother. You can allow her to disappear and go back to her realm, or you can force her to stay here. And essentially take over the summoning so that she's chained to you instead.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's, I mean...
But well, the Harbinger in you might, just checking.
But I want to send her back with something. like she doesn't know me. I don't look like myself. I look like my 80s self, right? Like I don't look like her. And also like she hasn't had me yet. So um um I what could Ember say to her mom before she has her mom? Before she becomes her mom, to hopefully not make her mom be so awful. You said that Rose started forming like a fiery crown around her head for a moment at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
I think I snatch it. Like I think that there's like a little bit of the remnants of it, and Ember grabs hold of those flames, which of course don't freaking hurt her. And I like put it on. I put it on my mother's head, and I say, use this responsibly. And I think when I like let go of it, it like it was like sort of like barely forming. It like fully ignites as I let her go back to the realm. And I say it very seriously and earnestly, like.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you do that, the crown starts to take on this ashy form, and you see the cracks of the flame through it. And she looks at you and she pulls herself to her full height. And she says, "You would speak to me, the future queen of the Cinder Throne, and tell me what to do?" And you can see like full on flare. And you can see the weapon showing up behind her. Right. "Know that when I take my place on the throne, I will remember you," she says.
That title isn't all it's cracked up to be. Sorry, I just had to. Future queen of the Cinder Throne is something Ember's heard many times in her life.
Yeah, it's true. And when you say it's not what it's all cracked up to be, there's a moment of vulnerability in her eyes. Like she agrees with you in that moment.
Aww.
And then she's pulled back into the realm, like all this flame around her, pulling her into the other dimension. And the fire starts to erupt all around you. And I'm going to steal Blake's idea in the chat. Like as the fire starts to erupt and starts to burn through everything, there's a crash through the wall, and that same kid who was trying forever to get their ice powers working just freezes over the entire room. "I'm here! I'm doing it! I'm ready for the choosing! Look at this!" And just completely covers everything in ice. And then he looks around. What? And he looks at Rose really confused for a moment. And I think that's where we're gonna have one last moment before we end the session tonight, I think. And that is we cut back to Freddie, who's like, the party is over. Everybody is like passed out. It's one of those slow camera shots of looking at people. And Freddie's like, I shouldn't be getting the hangover this quickly. As he like gets up, where did everybody go? And as Freddie turns around, we hear a growling sound in the distance. 3 distinct growls harmonizing with each other. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
Bum, bum, bum.
Perfect. So I think we have just enough time to do end of session moves really quickly. And if we don't have time for stars and wishes on screen, we can do them through email and stuff. So let's do end of session stuff. So each player answers for their PC. So we have like 4 questions to answer. And the first one is, did you express your monstrous nature and or your humanity? So let's go in character keeper order. I think I know the answer for Ember, but did you?
Yeah, we saw Ember being kind of I thought we saw Ember being pretty human and insecure, and not in a like, what is going to happen in the world, but like, I'm new at the party, can you show me around? and then also having feels about her mom, and yeah. I think we saw more of her humanity than her monstrosity in this.
Yeah. Actually, I really like that. That's a first. And then how about so next in the character keeper is Celine. So did we see your monstrous or human nature?
I mean, just for a brief second, whenever she's called the mother, the queen of monsters, the mother of monsters,
Mhm.
queen of monsters.
Queen of Monsters, yeah.
It was just brief, but like it did happen.
And I felt like you were very human, like you were trying to think through things instead of like depending on your powers. It felt like a very conscious choice for Celine.
Oh,
To
if
not
we
let go
relied
of
on our
control.
powers, there would be no school left.
Yeah.
We know this. So
I felt that was really your human side trying to make sure, right?
yeah.
So so go ahead and mark XP for that. And then how about for Civ?
Yes, we saw her their monstrous nature.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
I loved that. Like, are you becoming your maker? Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, so good. I like this a lot. Okay, and then the next question is: did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin? So, Ember, did you learn something significant about yourself or your ruin?
Yeah, I think the thing that I mean, it was really into that last takeaway about my impending ruin is that like my mom was also unsure when she was uh, about to take the throne, that she had the same fears and insecurities and weird hiccup, like weird yeah, I think that was nice to know that I'm
Yeah,
who feels unsure.
that's true. Yeah, perfect. I like that. We also learned that you were insecure about Civ's feelings for you. I think that was also
Yeah,
significant.
yeah.
For sure. And then how about for Celine? Did you learn something significant about well, I think we did. We did learn something.
Yeah, maybe about like, her queen and monsters, her not belonging here.
Yeah, this like monstrous like creature thinking that you're encroaching on their territory. So yeah, go ahead and mark XP for that wonderful revelation. And then how about for Civ? I think
I
we
met my
did.
mom, and I learned that asked her to make me forget about her.
Yeah.
No big
Wonderful.
deal.
Absolutely
Yep.
wonderful. Like, perfect. And then, so our next question is: did you learn something significant about a fellow monster? So, Ember, did you learn something about Celine or Civ today?
Yeah. So there's a moment that I'm going to retcon back into, which is when Celine arrived, busted in, and started kicking ass, and Ember was being pinned by Rose and one of the others. There was 100% the look of "you came for me," and this very like weepy, delighted moment of hope for her. So yes, I learned that Ember will tear a house down or Civ will tear a house down to get to Ember.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Civ said no to a lot of really like, tempting things just to get to you. So most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, and then Celine, did you learn something about Civ or Ember? Or we can also include Freddy, like any fellow monster.
I mean, I learned about Brandon
That's true.
and being like
Poor
a
Brandon.
Franken forced to be this like Franken two-headed wolf thing. Like
Yeah, the poor kid.
yeah.
What's worse than being a werewolf? Being a Frankenstein werewolf.
Yeah, it's true. Who came up with this? What a horrible person. Very good. But yeah, so go ahead and take XP for that. You know what? I'm also going to say in review, I think you should take a bond with Brandon over it, seeing him in that vulnerable state.
Oh no, I'm running out of bond spots. I should probably actually use these bonds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use them up.
Yeah, feel free. And so this is a rule. If you have like 3 bonds in someone, you can spend all of them to declare a new truth about them and earn 1 XP from that.
Oh, that's
if you
right. I
want
remember
to.
that. Ember, come next game. I will do
Nice.
Yes.
Yes, there's the truths.
Awesome. Okay, and then next up, the next question is, did you uncover at least 1 key of the apocalypse or attempt to unlock Doom's door? I think this session it was only. I'm trying to remember.
Only
We
Selene.
got. I think it was
Yeah.
only Selene, right?
Yeah.
Let me double check. Because we got. Yeah, that's right. We got 1 key. A lot happened, but there was only 1 key. So that means that Civ and Ember mark 1 ruin.
I was gonna say I do feel like I learned something significant about a fellow monster.
Oh, did I miss that? Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
My bad.
Which was Ember might be like maybe won't wait around for me forever, which is very significant, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, I like how we're kind of playing Monster Hearts and
Yep.
Apocalypse Keys at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Sorry I missed that, but thanks for
no worries.
reminding us. Okay. So I think that's it. With that was Apocalypse Keys, season 2, session 2. Wow, my landline is ringing. I haven't heard that in like ever. Anyway, so
What
shall
was
we do
that?
outros?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm Sean Nittner. I use he, him pronouns. I am up to things on the internet. I don't even know. We're released. This week we released the Agon Mythic Bundle, which is our first compendium. It's pretty cool. Hey Pat Rowdy, thanks for subbing for us for the last year. It's your 1-year anniversary of subbing to Actual Play. Thank you. We just released the Mythic Bundle, which includes a compendium where you can just grab an island and drag it in, and then suddenly it like populates the whole thing. It's a whole deal. It's very cool. And we're also playtesting, or we have playtests open for Project Perseus and Apocalypse Keys this game. So fun stuff in my neighborhood. How about you, Jen? What are you up to?
I'm Jen Martin. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at 10penjen. I don't have anything specific going on just this week. I will next game in 2 weeks. I will have things to talk about. And I have to be coy until then. So, Morgan, what about you?
Hey, I'm Morgan. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bezos. What do I have? I have things. You can find me. My next streaming thing is Monday with Utopia with Game at a Glance. Come join me. We just chat about games, Kickstarters, news, and tabletop worlds, all revolving BIM POC designers. It's also my birthday on Monday, so come join me for a birthday celebration. As I will say it, I am actually going to cover Cozy Town Jammy. So.
Oh my gosh!
Because I've been wanting to play for forever and I want to talk about it. So it's my birthday and I do it at once. So
Yay! Awesome.
Yeah. So I play on Utopia with a lot of things here. Roots Unknown on RPG Hour. Chimera RPG. I do a lot. Just follow me. It's easier that way. I'm also tired.
It's late.
That's true. And I'm Jamie. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the creator of Apocalypse Keys, and I'm so happy to be working with Sean and Epohad and everybody on Apocalypse Keys to make it the best game it can be. It's an open play test right now. Really big shout out to the Gauntlet community who helped me do a lot of the play testing over the course of the year, but lots of other people have also been helping, like this group. with playtesting. Thank you so much, everybody. And we have a few more days for the open playtest sign up. Please sign up if you're interested. We also have a Discord server if you want to hang out and chat, ask questions, look for people to play with, look for people to run for. And I have a few active projects going on right now that I'm super excited about. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Twitter at Temporal Hiccup. Yeah, really, really big stuff. But Apocalypse Keys is my chunkiest baby, my chunky baby. So full of feelings and fire and apocalypses and emotions
And kissing.
and kissing.
Apocalypse kisses. Yep.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, friends. Well, we will see you. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for more of this. And next week, we'll probably have some Traveler and some other stuff. So come back to the channel. We'll see you all later. Bye. No, we're just quiet.
Just hiding behind the curtain.
They can still hear us. So
Bye, everybody.
bye. Hurry up.